Today, July 11th, Archangel Michael says, I have been waiting for 2 hours to tell you this. This is not a joke. There will be massive changes in your life. Open immediately, my beloved child. I have waited not just 2 hours, but lifetimes to whisper this into the garden of your soul. Today is not just another date on a calendar, it's a divine turning point. The universe itself paused. The wind stood still. The rhythm of heaven slowed to listen, as your name was brought before the throne of God in trembling reverence. I, Archangel Michael, have been circling around your name like a flame around sacred oil, protecting what is holy inside you, fighting off spirits of confusion that tried to steal your clarity, and guarding the portals of destiny that were being tampered with by hands that had no right to touch your future. For 2 hours, heaven has been in a holy silence, not because we forgot you, but because what was about to be revealed needed absolute purity, divine timing, and your open heart. My child, this is not a joke. There are spiritual contracts being rewritten. There are generational chains breaking under the sound of your name being whispered in prayer by angels who have waited for this hour. This moment is sacred. This message is not like any other. You've been marked by God, not for punishment, but for release. And I, Michael, bearer of swords forged in divine justice, have been assigned to make sure you do not miss what is about to unfold. Massive changes are not coming, they are already here. I need you to hear me, not with ears that listen to noise, but with the soul that listens to God. The shift you've cried for, the breakthrough you've begged for in your private prayers, the answer you were starting to believe was forgotten, it is now at the door. You are not late. You are right on divine time. The hourglass of heaven turned in your favor while you were sleeping. You didn't see it, but angels gathered. You didn't hear it, but God spoke. And now is your moment to stop running from the hope that has been chasing you. I have seen your tears. I know you don't tell anyone how tired you are. I know how much you've given, how much you've held in silence. But heaven did not ignore the weight you carried. What you endured in the dark is about to be rewarded in the light. And no person, no betrayal, no delay, no system can block it now. This change is divine. This shift is sealed. This word is sent only to you. Don't skip it. Don't scroll past it. Don't tell yourself it's for someone else. I have been holding this for you, like a gift that could only be opened when the clock of heaven struck July 10th. And now it has. I want you to breathe, close your eyes, and allow this moment to fill you. Let the weight fall off your shoulders. Let the fear melt in my light. You are about to enter days of divine acceleration, sudden peace, and shocking restoration. Yes, shocking. Because even you have no idea just how much God is about to give you back. My beloved child, when I say I've been waiting for 2 hours, understand that those hours in heaven are not measured by clocks, but by the burning ache in the spirit that waits for human awakening. I have stood by, watching your soul flicker like a candle in the storm, sometimes strong, sometimes dim, but never extinguished. I saw the nights you stared at the ceiling, wondering if your name was even remembered by the heavens. I saw how they overlooked you, lied to you, counted you out while your heart silently pleaded, "God, please don't forget me." And child, I'm here to say, you were never forgotten. You were preserved. Today, July 10th, is not random. It is holy. It was written before your first breath. On this very day, timelines that once refused to align will finally bow before the will of God concerning your life. The battle you thought you lost is the one heaven already declared victory over, and now you'll see why the delay was necessary. Your story couldn't unfold until you reached this maturity of soul. You had to walk through heartbreak so your spirit would learn to listen. You had to be betrayed so you'd stop handing your crown to people who never deserved it. You had to be emptied, so God could finally fill you with what was truly yours. And now, child, that filling begins. I speak not of material things, although they will come. I speak of divine clarity that lifts the fog you've lived under. I speak of soul healing that makes you cry not from pain, but from sacred relief. I speak of relationships aligning that were divinely meant for you all along, not the ones you begged to stay, but the ones heaven approved. I speak of a calling rising inside of you that you thought was buried, but was only sleeping until this appointed time. You must understand this. I, Archangel Michael, was not permitted to speak this word to you until the 10th of July because this very date is encoded with your name in the divine registry of change. There is a scroll in heaven open now, and the ink that writes your next chapter is still wet. That's how fresh this miracle is. And child, I am not here for theatrics. I am here because something holy is happening inside of you, and your soul has felt the trembling. That feeling in your chest. That stirring in your stomach. That rush of peace followed by sudden tears. That is heaven touching your human timeline. Let me say this with all the force of angelic clarity. Nothing will be the same after today. This is the kind of shift you'll talk about for years. That was the day my life finally turned, you'll say. And you'll be right. Because what was set in motion today, though unseen, is so heavy with God's breath, it's going to pull every scattered piece of your journey into harmony. So please, stop doubting. Stop asking if you're worthy of this. Heaven never asked the broken to be perfect. It asked them to be open. Be open now, my child. Be still. Breathe deeply. There are signs coming, divine confirmations, numbers, names, faces, even dreams. Pay attention. God will speak in ways that only your spirit will recognize. You won't need to force anything. Just walk forward, one step, one word, one breath at a time. This is your divine moment. Don't run from it. My beloved child, I come again with urgency, not of panic but of sacred timing. The hourglass of this divine moment continues to turn, not to pressure you, but to awaken you. For so long you thought the silence was rejection, but it was protection. What you called delay was actually divine insulation. What you thought was a closed door was heaven keeping you from stepping into a room full of false light. You must understand now, not everything that shines is sacred. And not everyone who touched your hand deserved your trust. But now, this is where everything shifts. You are walking into a moment where everything you sensed in the spirit but couldn't yet explain will begin to manifest. Those late-night stirrings where your soul felt watched? That was heaven sending you signals. That dream you keep repeating, the one with familiar voices and places? That's not just memory, child. That is prophecy wrapped in fragments of your mind. Don't ignore it. This is the hour where heaven is weaving meaning into what once felt like random noise. You have cried for closure. Heaven is bringing completion. You have begged for answers. Heaven is sending alignment. But it will not come from the people you once looked to, it will come from a divine unfolding that cannot be manipulated by human hands. And that's the part you must trust. That the justice coming isn't yours to deliver. That the vindication being written is not coming in the form of revenge, but in the form of supernatural restoration. You will rise, not by exposing others, but by being elevated in full view of those who said you'd never recover. And I, Archangel Michael, have been commanded to walk before you, not behind you, not beside you, but ahead of you. For the road you are about to travel requires angelic clearing. There are things in the spirit that would try to pull you back into old fears, old patterns, and old conversations. But I carry a flaming sword, and this time, the cycle will not repeat. Not because you are strong on your own, but because you are surrendered. You have finally stopped fighting battles not meant for you. And because of that, heaven is fighting for you. Yes, child, they laughed. They mocked your faith. They dismissed your prayers. They thought you'd fold under the weight of disappointment. But what they did not see was the hand of God holding you steady when even you wanted to let go. And today, on this very day, heaven has issued a counter-decree to every curse spoken against your destiny. You are not cursed. You are called. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are not late. You are right on divine time. Now listen to this very carefully. Before the end of this day, someone will think of you, speak your name, or even message you, not because of coincidence, but because heaven is placing you on the hearts of people who are part of this next season. You do not have to chase. You do not have to beg. What belongs to you will recognize you. Whether it's a person, a purpose, a place, it will align by the wind of divine favor, not by human manipulation. Let it come. Let it flow. And most importantly, my child, let yourself receive it. This is no longer the time for shrinking. No longer the time for apologizing for your light. No longer the time for explaining your pain to those who only want your silence. This is the time for resurrection. What you thought died in you, the dream, the fire, the creativity, the peace, it was not dead. It was buried. And today, it is being resurrected. I am here to declare it. This day marks the awakening of your spiritual authority, your voice, your rightful place in what God has designed for you. The pain that once defined you, it will become the soil where your power grows. And the tears that once fell from your eyes, they will become the ink that writes your testimony. Child, don't miss this hour. Heaven is still speaking, and you are still being written into the most glorious part of your story. My beloved child, let me whisper something that even your thoughts haven't fully grasped yet. You were never forgotten. In every room you sat in silence, in every night you wept without a sound, in every moment you stared at the ceiling hoping for some sign from above, heaven was listening. God wasn't silent. He was studying the weight of what was placed on your shoulders and preparing a divine shift so holy that if it had come any sooner, it would have crushed you instead of blessing you. But now the timing is perfect. Today is not just another date on the calendar, it's a divine timestamp, written by the hand of the Almighty. The heavens have held this moment in reserve. Today was always meant to collide with your spirit. It's the day God pours the oil over your head in front of everything that tried to drown you. It's the day the chains of the past don't just fall, they dissolve. It's the day where doors that were sealed shut for years begin to open on their own, not by force, but by favor. You've been wondering why certain people were removed. Why certain relationships suddenly shifted. Why people you once depended on now feel distant. And I tell you this in love, they could not come with you into the promise. God saw what you couldn't. He heard conversations when you were not in the room. He saw the intentions that were dressed in affection but laced with control. And before you could be dragged into another season of emotional confusion, heaven cleared the path. You didn't lose them. You were rescued from them. Now, look up, child. Because while you were grieving what left, heaven has been releasing what's coming. You don't need to chase it, manipulate it, prove yourself to it. The right people, the right opportunities, the right divine connections, they are not coming to test your worth, they are coming because of your worth. Your presence will carry weight in places that once ignored your voice. Your name will be honored in conversations that once dismissed your value. And the very areas where you once felt invisible, you will become unforgettable. And let me say this clearly, there is an inheritance on your life that hell cannot touch. You didn't ask for it, but it was assigned to you. It's in your bloodline. It's in your voice. It's in your presence. You are not normal. You were not meant to blend in. You carry a frequency that disrupts darkness. That's why you were attacked so much. That's why it felt like life tried to exhaust you from the inside out. But the enemy made one mistake: he let you survive. And now, because you're still standing, the power that has been kept in reserve for you is being released. And no, it won't trickle. It will flood. Expect strange favor. Expect reconciliation where you thought it was impossible. Expect old debts to be repaid, not always in currency, but in peace, clarity, justice. Expect miracles not just for you, but through you. You will walk into places and shift the atmosphere. You will speak words and healing will begin. You will just be, and chains will break on others. This isn't hype, this is divine promise. But you must believe again. Let the weight of weariness fall. Let the doubt go. Let the voice of old fear finally be silenced. You are not who you were, and this is not where it ends. This is where it truly begins. You are stepping into what prophets once dreamed of. You are living in the days that heaven wrote about before time touched the earth. And I, Archangel Michael, am standing here, armored, radiant, ready, to ensure this time, nothing and no one stops what God has released for you. Today is sacred. Don't let it pass like just another day. My beloved, there is a divine announcement hovering in the air above you. Can you feel it? The heavens are not still. There's movement. A spiritual draft passing through the corridors of your life. Something has been unlocked in the realm you cannot yet see, and even though your eyes might not recognize it, your soul has already begun to respond. That unease you've been feeling, the sudden emotion, the ache that keeps rising out of nowhere, it's not anxiety, it's awakening. You are awakening into your calling, into your spiritual maturity, into the exact destiny that was paused until this very moment. Today, the gates of delay have broken open. God is not just giving you clarity, He is giving you compensation. Everything that drained you emotionally, financially, spiritually, He is replacing it with overflow. He is giving back more than what was taken, more than what was broken, more than what was delayed. And this time, what He gives you will not come with confusion. It will not come with betrayal. It will not come wrapped in doubt. It will come sealed with peace. You have cried for years about the same thing. You whispered the same prayer in 1,000 different tones. God, just show me what you're doing. Just tell me if I'm still on the right path. And my child, today, through the layers of eternity, I was sent to tell you, you never left the path. Even when it felt like you were walking in circles. Even when you felt forgotten. Even when everything felt like it was collapsing. You were never behind. You were simply being prepared. And now, your season of preparation is being transformed into manifestation. There is someone watching you from heaven, someone you loved dearly, someone who once held your face in their hands and prayed over you when you were too small to understand what pain even was. They see you now, and their voice joined with mine as I came to deliver this. They want you to know, you didn't fail. You didn't waste time. You didn't miss your moment. Every second of stillness, every setback, every slow season, it was counted. And God is using all of it to lift you into alignment. Do not shrink anymore. Don't lower your light to make others comfortable. Don't hold your tongue when your spirit is urging you to speak. Don't play small when heaven has been building you for greatness. People may not understand you. Let them misunderstand. Their approval was never your fuel. Your approval was already given by the one who carved your name into the book of eternity. He called you blessed before you ever earned a title. He called you chosen before you were ever seen. And what he blessed, no shadow can curse. Now I tell you this, in the next hours, there will be signs. Watch how the wind shifts. Watch how silence becomes loud with confirmation. Watch how someone you haven't spoken to in a long time will suddenly reach out. That won't be coincidence. That will be a signal. A ripple in the realm of spirit confirming that everything has changed. Your hands will not remain empty. Your name will not be forgotten. Your prayers will not return void. And your voice, your pure, faithful, trembling voice, will become a trumpet for others to find their way home to God. You were not left behind. You were just being held until the exact time your crown was ready. My beloved, do not let the quietness of this hour deceive you. Though the room around you may be still, heaven is not. Right now, archangels are positioning themselves over your home. I was commanded to wait 2 hours because divine timing is sacred, but now is the hour where what was delayed must be delivered. There is no more space for hesitation. No more space for fear. You were born for this hour. Everything you've survived, every betrayal, every sleepless night, every unanswered prayer, it was all shaping your spirit for this divine threshold. You are standing in a spiritual hallway. One door is closing behind you, and even though that closing echoes with memories, it cannot follow you where you're going. The door ahead, it glows. It hums with your name. It is time. I say it again, it is time. You are not behind schedule. You are not late. You are finally aligned. Listen to me closely. You were watched. You were observed. Not just by angels, but by dark forces too. They saw your resilience and they panicked. That's why your life was attacked at the places that meant the most to you, your relationships, your home, your self-worth. But God allowed what felt like loss, because even your losses were seeds. And the harvest is here. What I was assigned to tell you is this: a new address has been written over your life. Not just physically, spiritually, emotionally. You are no longer tied to the places where they abandoned you. You are no longer connected to the voices that said you weren't enough. They won't be able to reach you at this new level. They won't recognize you. They'll hear your name and wonder how it became so favored overnight. But it wasn't overnight. It was obedience. It was fire. It was survival. And now, it is restoration. Someone who passed away, someone who used to call your name with warmth, is leaning close in the spirit. Their soul is near, not to haunt you, not to scare you, but to remind you of who you are. They saw you almost give up, but they also saw you rise again. They were the whisper in your dream, the breeze on your skin when you needed comfort. They didn't leave you. They're simply now part of your protection. Your name has been spoken before God this very morning. And with that speaking, an unseen hand has begun moving things on your behalf. A conversation is being had about you in places you have not even entered. Don't be shocked if your phone lights up. Don't be surprised if someone you never expected comes bearing an offer. Don't underestimate small signs. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations.